So this is what I'm going to share as an experience of the case study, what we have then passed through about the testing of our CEMS system manufactured in India. So we'll be covering about the importance of the thought process from where we came, quality and reliability, overview of key standards, then the importance of regular testing validation, key components of comprehensive CMS testing, type of call one, scope testing, and the key benefits and avail performance testing. So the practice of performance testing and developing the reliability measurement data to achieve a sustainable quality of the continuous flue gas analyzer and dust emission monitoring system. In the today's era, everybody knows the business continuous monitoring emission is no longer an optional. It is a part and partial of going to be like it is a mandate. We have to be with that. So across the globe, the same thing and the stringent regulations like what we have in India, we have that. So the current scenario with the increase in industries like we all to have reduced pollutions. Installing CMS, now the most important thing is installing CMS just the first step. Now the system that does not undergo rigorous testing, a quality assurance is like a scale that cannot be trusted in many display numbers but data lack credibility. And that is the biggest concern since like the regulators in government in India, we are facing about the data reliability since more than implementation of CEMS since 2014. So the proper compliance, it must be supported by clear implementation guidelines and verified against the accreditation, certification standards and established quality assurance method of European standards, like we are talking since morning about EN 14181, 15267-3, and EN 15259, the most important thing, which probably has not come into the discussion since morning, but that is a first step like 15259 before you install any certified product to your stack. And obviously the CFR method of US EPA. Now, this frameworks mandate quality assurance level of call 1, call 2, annual surveillance testing, relative accuracy test data as per the US EPA and the RRA, which gives you a long-term reliability after the installation of the certified product. So already we have discussed a lot of things, but one of the two parameters of the standards you will come to know here more about, we are talking about EN 15259 and 13284, the RATA and RRR. The most stress is about the 15259. That is then compulsory to know the homogeneity of the sampling point before you install any emission monitoring system which are certified. If the certified system, how good maybe of TUV or maybe an AMSAT, but if you're not choosing the right sampling place as per the homogeneity of the gas of 15259, probably we are not certain about the reliability of that data. So here, while obtaining a TUE or AMSAT other certificate for your installed CM system is significant milestone. We are proud, like, no, we got an AMSAT certification. That is a milestone. Obvious people have that I will install the certified product. However, relying on that only on the certification is insufficient, ensuring long-term performance and compliance. And we'll be discussing on that because when we gone under the entire process of the AMSAT certification of EN 14181 standard, we understand that having a certified product is a proud for everyone. I installed a certified product, but the continuation of the reliability of the measurement data in the long term is always questionable. So regular testing adherence to the standard of like EN 14181, EN 15267 RATA of US EPA, essential for maintaining the system reliability, validation, and sustainability. We talk a lot about the sustainability, but sustainability comes with the only possible when you have an reliability of a data. When the reliability of data is questioned, then there is no sustainability in any certified product or any certified system here. So the continuous performance reliability, that is what we'll be talking about, the importance of regular testing and validation. Certificate signifies that the CM system met the performance standards at the time of certification. So probably in the laboratory, when the product are tested, we consider that, okay, it is performance tested and certified. But when actually the regular testing, particularly as per QAL 2 and AST, annual surveillance test, or the RATA or RRA procedure ensures that the system continues to operate reliably and within the specified parameters. So validation and compliance is requires QAL 2, AST and RATA compliance with this standard ensures that the system continues to provide accurate and reliable data, and that is what the need of the day by the regulators. Maybe are we talking about Supreme Court, maybe NGT, or we talk about Central Pollution Control Board or any other agencies those who are regulating these standards. And the biggest, like why we need to keep on updating the guidelines and standards and new notification and new method about the calibration and all this thing. The reason is after 11, like Sanjeev in morning says, 11 years now when we started about CEM implementation in India, still we are not sure about the data what we have stored in our server, the real-time monitoring. So sustainability is that regular testing and validation contributes to the sustainability of a CEM system by identifying, addressing potential issues before they lead to significant failures. So this is a proactive approach. The question is, when I bought an equipment and installed an equipment which isn't certified as per 14181 or 15267-3, are we really have a facility since last 11 years that how after a 1 year, what will be my QAL 2 testing? I'll be sending my equipment to Germany or a CSA UK for the validation of QAL 2 or maybe continuation of annual surveillance test. That is a question mark which since last, means in the European conference of CEM also I am raising this question. So the regulators of India must think of having this facility to ensure the sustainable, reliable and validated data of CEMS. So what are the key components of this comprehensive CMS system testing? What we understand and we develop that. Initial testing and certification, that's QAL 1, as for 1481 15267-3. Periodic quality assurance test, QAL 2, which we don't do in India. So far, I have not seen, like Sir is here, like in India, none of the industry who has installed the certified product of any multinational company or maybe Indian company. Since 11 years, we are just sending a data at every 5 minutes or 2 minutes or 1 minute to the CPCB server without knowing what are we going to achieve, or are we going to build any sustainable policy based on this data? Zero. Then annual surveillance test. Forget about QAL 2 because QAL 2 comes every 5 years. The AST comes at every 1 year. And if you fail in AST at 1 year, definitely you have to QAL 2, you have to perform, irrespective of 5 years terms. So if your AST at second year it fails, you have to completely do the QAL 2 testing. And India doesn't have, and neither Asia has that facility. Currently, well, there is a facility maybe 3 years back, hardly we know that into that case. So relative accuracy tests are this and RATA as per the US EPA, what we have to perform on that. And there are the few parameters like the data accuracy assessment test program for determination of calibration error, response time, and relative accuracy of the installed CEMS. So what QAL 1 will give you? It ensures the quality and reliability. The component standardized testing equipment drift and reliability check. These are the SOPs, basically. Operating procedures which will give you ensure by testing of this, you are ensuring that. Systematic assessment and verification as per the standard which has been defined, worked since more than 100 years by the European countries or American countries. Those who are CEMS, they are using since many years. So this is very important. I like to keep it for a 5 second, this word. Because there is a myth in the India. We have a myth of that. I have a TUV or AMSAT certified analyzer. So I consider that the CEMS is certified. And this is myth has been promoted by the regulators also, accepted by the regulators also, irrespective by, unless in the morning there was a session. There is a need of more of the knowledge sharing that the chairman of the Andhra Pradesh Pollution Control Board says that we have to go with a client place and give a knowledge what exactly the standard and what is the certification basically. So that was we are lacking. So it is the certification is not for only analyzer, maybe a part of the certification. But when you say my CEMS system, I call it continuous emission monitoring system. I never say continuous emission monitoring analyzer. So when it's called CM certification, that means it is a complete system starting from your probe, gas sampling system, conditioning device, controllers, analyzers, your PLCs, HMIs, your software also has to be a part of the certification, and your data transmission has to be a part of the certification program. And if unless you have that certificate, your test report mentioning all this device, you should not believe that your SANS which you are buying is really a certified product. So what it comes? Call 1, call 2, that is call 1 comes with the 1526. That is a primary requirement before you go for a call 15267-3 performance testing in the laboratory. So what are the testings? Is done with the laboratory test and field test. These are two important things. I think we covered field test of 3 months and other things. So this is the difference, very important task. Everybody can copy this. Whenever you're buying a planning for your RFQ, for your CMS testing, ask your supplier how you are going to conduct Qual 2 and AST. And that too also from the accredited laboratory of ISO IC 17025 for the scope of EN 14181 and 1526773. So this is very important which you can do, because who can perform? The accredited laboratory, accredited laboratory, accredited laboratory. Now, how many of you know that how many accredited laboratory for the EN 14181 exist in the world? Anybody can reply. I have it another 5 minutes into that. 2, 3. Can we have one TU in Germany? Then AMSAT is a CSA. They don't have a laboratory. Okay, the laboratory is in TU in Germany. Second, NPL UK was there, but now they are not doing. They are not performing call 1 now. Okay, still they have with the call 2. And the third is the TCQA lab in India. How many of you know that? You are a proud Indians, those who have a facility. Though currently there are only 2 facilities in the world, which we use that Indian facility because it's our is a made in India product. You know that. So, but how many of you know in this conference that this is there in India? So this is what is required, and I don't say the standard says. So this is not from my side, it is a standard size. So these are the parameters of the laboratory test. So when you buy an equipment of a certified equipment, ask your supplier to provide a test report of the ISO IC 17025 accredited laboratory test report for all these parameters, the clauses, along with that certificate. That will make a difference, and you will have a confidence about your product, your data output, what you are getting. Don't use your CMS only for compliance. Use for your process optimization, and that is most important. This is another is a field test. Then benefits. Data is reliable and accurate. Obviously, you'll get an accuracy. Efficiency of the process, reducing the production cost, and so you get a process efficiency. And that obviously the most important why we buy CMS nowadays in India is for the legal compliance. कुछ guidelines आया, नया email आया, कुछ नया upgrade है, तो we start running about the emission monitoring system without understanding that is it going to really use to improve my process? Is it I am investing at 15 lakhs rupees? Is it going to I make money? I am going to save some money out of that? Try to understand that. So, we availed the performance testing facilities of Call 1 EN 141526, RATA US EPA, of our CMS model PSGM 1D AGS, and IS 11255 Part 1 1985 reaffirm in 2019 for CMS for the dust monitoring from the TCQA lab in India, and this made in India product, we done this. So this is the proud moment was that for the 6 months back, which we got in the first AMSAT certification from CSA UK to have for our product the complete system, not only analyzer, we call continuous emission monitoring system for the gaseous. So this is a journey of reliability to sustainability. And one more word I added, sir, this time. You know, sir listens to me a lot, and the small line I added with this is the compliance to with credibility. Compliance is very easy nowadays. You all are electronics engineer. Everybody can manipulate. अभी pollution board ने बोला कि send the data directly. Huh? No intermediate server. Send directly data from analyzer to PPP server. So I cannot manipulate analyzer. God knows the regulators what they thought of doing this. But it is just loading and expense to the Indian industries. Those who really want to make their process sustainable, they are investing blindly on that. So I rest my word here and my presentation. I look forward a sustainable world, reliable world, and validated monitoring. Thank you so much, sir.